I killed someone in 2011. And nobody ever caught me. That single sentence appeared on Reddit at 2:14 in the morning. At first, people thought it was bait. Just another edgy comment buried inside a late-night Ask Reddit thread. But then the user started answering questions. Calmly. Confidently. Like someone finally getting something off their chest after carrying it for years. And within an hour, thousands of people became convinced they were watching a real killer confess online. These are 4 of the most disturbing Reddit confession posts ever shared on the internet. And the deeper people investigated them, the worse they became. The first confession started with a question posted on r/confession in early 2025. What's something you've done that you'll never forgive yourself for? Most replies were predictable. Cheating. Stealing. Family drama. Then one user posted a comment only 11 words long. I hit someone with my car and never stopped driving. The account was brand new. No profile picture. No post history. Nothing. At first, replies flooded in accusing the user of lying. But then, the account responded. I was drunk. Snowstorm. Northern Arizona. He came out of nowhere. Suddenly the thread stopped feeling funny. People began asking questions. The user answered almost all of them. Too many of them. According to the confession, the incident happened in December of 2011 on a dark highway outside Flagstaff. The user claimed they were driving home from a party during heavy snowfall when they saw a figure walking near the road. Too late to brake. Too late to swerve. Then came the sentence that changed the entire thread. I remember hearing the impact more than feeling it. Replies exploded instantly. What happened after? Did you call police? How do you live with yourself? The answers became even more disturbing. The user admitted they pulled over less than a minute later. Checked the front of the car. Broken headlight. Cracked windshield. Blood near the hood. But they never went back. Instead, they drove home. At first, nobody believed it. Until another Reddit user searched archived local news reports from 2011. And found something terrifying. A 19-year-old college student had died in a hit-and-run accident outside Flagstaff during a snowstorm that same winter. The details matched almost perfectly. Same weather. Same highway. Same damaged headlight fragments recovered by police. That's when the thread completely changed. People started comparing the confession to the police report line by line. Some users begged moderators to preserve the post. Others claimed they had already contacted authorities. Then someone asked the original poster one final question. Why confess now? The reply appeared seconds later. Because every time I close my eyes, I still hear the sound. Minutes later, the account vanished. The thread was deleted. Only screenshots remained. And to this day, nobody knows whether thousands of people witnessed a real killer finally breaking his silence. Or someone online who somehow knew far too much about an unsolved death. The second confession didn't start with violence. It started with a locked door. The post appeared in a relationship advice subreddit late one night under the title, I think my brother is hiding something. At first, the story sounded almost normal. The user explained that his older brother had disappeared from the family for years after a violent argument with their father. Nobody knew where he went. Then suddenly, he returned. Different. Quieter. Almost paranoid. According to the post, the brother rented a small house in rural Missouri and refused to let anyone visit for long. He installed extra locks around the house, covered the windows with blackout curtains, and became visibly nervous whenever someone mentioned missing persons cases on TV. Still, the family ignored the red flags. Until Thanksgiving night. The Reddit user explained that after drinking heavily during dinner, his brother suddenly laughed and said something strange. You'd be shocked how easy it is for someone to disappear. Everyone brushed it off as a bad joke. Except him. Because days later, he visited the house alone. And noticed something disturbing. One bedroom door had multiple deadbolts attached to the outside. Not inside. Outside. He asked about it. The brother instantly became aggressive. Told him never to touch that room. That should have been enough. But curiosity kept eating at him. A week later, while his brother was away, he came back with a screwdriver. The writing style in the Reddit post changed after this point. Shorter sentences. Long pauses. Almost nervous. He unscrewed the hinges carefully. Opened the door. And froze. Inside was a hidden room with no windows. No furniture. Just stained carpet. Chains bolted into the wall. And dozens of air fresheners hanging from the ceiling. The post stopped there. For 6 hours. People flooded the comments begging for an update. Then finally, the account returned with one sentence. I called the police. That single line caused chaos across Reddit. Thousands of users began searching local news reports from Missouri. Others tried identifying the town through details hidden in the original post. Then something even stranger happened. The account stopped responding entirely. No updates. No comments. Nothing. 3 days later. Moderators locked the thread. Rumors spread everywhere afterward. Some users claimed police scanners mentioned a property search, matching the description. Others believed investigators found evidence connected to a missing woman from 2017. Nothing was ever officially confirmed. But one question still haunts people who read the post. Why would someone install locks on the outside of a hidden room? The third confession was different. Because the person confessing never physically touched their victim. At least, that's what they claimed. The post appeared on a mental health subreddit with a title that sounded almost harmless. I think I ruined someone's life. Most users expected a breakup story. Instead, they got something far worse. The anonymous poster explained that years earlier, they became obsessed with a girl they met online through a gaming community. At first it seemed innocent. Late-night voice chats. Inside jokes. Constant messages. But eventually, the obsession became controlling. The user admitted creating fake accounts to monitor her online activity. Tracking when she logged in. Saving photos. Watching who she talked to. Then one sentence changed the tone completely. When she started dating someone else, I decided to destroy her. The comments exploded instantly. People begged for more details. And disturbingly, the user gave them. Over the next 8 months, they spread anonymous rumors inside the girl's college community. Fake screenshots. Edited messages. False accusations. Slowly, her life started collapsing. Friends stopped talking to her. Classmates avoided her. Eventually she disappeared from social media entirely. The most disturbing part wasn't the confession itself. It was how calmly the user described it. No guilt. No anger. No emotion at all. Like they were describing a science experiment. One commenter asked the obvious question. Why are you admitting this? The response terrified everyone reading. Because I realized I never saw her as a real person. That line spread across Reddit almost instantly. People started investigating the account's history. And what they found made the situation even worse. The account had been active for nearly 6 years. Buried deep in old comments were references matching a real college. A real city. Even real events connected to the victim. Suddenly, people realized this might not be fiction anymore. Users began trying to identify the girl. Others warned them to stop before innocent people got hurt. Meanwhile, the original poster kept replying casually. Almost friendly. Then someone asked one final question. Do you regret it? The reply came seconds later. I miss having control over someone. After that, the account disappeared forever. The fourth confession was the one people still refused to read alone at night. It started with a single sentence posted at 4:13 a.m. I found something in my dead father's basement. The story appeared in a grief support subreddit only weeks after the user claimed their father had passed away unexpectedly. At first, the post sounded tragic but ordinary. The user explained that while cleaning the basement, they discovered dozens of VHS tapes hidden behind a false wall. No labels. No dates. Nothing. Curious, they played one. The footage showed a parking lot filmed from inside a parked car late at night. That was it. Just grainy footage of strangers walking to their vehicles. But the deeper they went into the tapes, the stranger things became. Different parking lots. Different women. Different nights. Always filmed secretly. Always from a distance. Then one tape changed everything. The footage showed a young woman leaving a grocery store while the camera slowly followed her car through empty streets. The audio crackled heavily. But one sentence could still be heard clearly. And that's where the story ends. At least. That's where the internet lost the trail. No arrests. No official statement. No final update from the Reddit user. Just silence. Maybe every coincidence was just that, a coincidence. Or maybe, for a few brief hours on Reddit, a stranger accidentally exposed the first pieces of a secret that had remained hidden for decades. A secret concealed behind a false wall. Preserved on forgotten VHS tapes. And buried beneath concrete. We'll probably never know. But someone does. Someone knows what investigators found that morning. Someone knows what was hidden in that basement. And that's the detail that continues to haunt people years later. Not because we know the truth. But because we don't. Because sometimes the most disturbing stories aren't the ones with horrifying endings. They're the ones with no ending at all. The ones that leave behind nothing but questions. And somewhere online tonight, another anonymous user may be typing out a confession. Another secret may be waiting to be discovered. Another thread may be only minutes away from changing everything. And just like this one, most people will scroll past it without ever realizing they're looking at something real.